Let's continue with edit mode. So I drew three objects right here in draw mode. We'll now go to edit mode. And keep in mind, this lesson is editing your drawing and not your animation yet, which, we always edit our animation in edit mode, but this is for the purpose of editing your animation. So we have two important selections right here, point and stroke. If you have it in point, you are selecting one point at a time and then pressing your move tool to kind of make edits like so, or a group of selections. So I can select, let's say, those right there, and I could move those, rotate them, or scale them. Okay, so you can edit your drawing. I can also go to stroke, which selects the entire thing, and let's say for this one, I can kind of reshape it. Okay, all right, and kind of same thing as before with our transform tools. The last one right here is like a super transform tool where it has all the gizmos available. So let me select everything here first. We can move, we can rotate and scale without switching to all the other transform tools here. Okay, so this one right here is extrude. Don't really use this much when I'm detailing. I can go to you can go to stroke selection, and when you click extrude, it simply extrudes that area right there. But let's go to point. Okay, select some points right here. When I click extrude and drag, oops, sorry, it just extrudes those lines. Okay, or a single point. So you can be precise like so. Okay, let's click and do. Next one is radius, which in Grease Pencil, you can go to your Grease Pencil tab right here in the property panel. If you scroll all the way down, you'll see stroke, and you can do a universal thickness scale right here. When you do this, you have all the lines throughout the timeline, your entire animation. You can, let's say you decided we just want a little bit of thickness on the line art, then you can increase it right here with the thickness scale. However, let's say you only want certain parts to be thicker because you forgot to do that. Radius right here would be the answer. So if I select, let's say, points, okay, selected that area right there, and I select radius, I can then increase the thickness or decrease it. Okay, bend, it will bend the, oops, sorry, select the whole thing here. It will bend your selection. Okay. Shear would, and to circle, shear would basically make a curvature out of this one. So let's go with shear. If I drag that, okay. Depending on your shape, you can have curve elongated or skew it. And underneath it, you have to sphere. So let's say if we select this one, let's go to our select tool, select everything here, and then to sphere. When you do this and you keep dragging it, you will eventually get a perfect circle out of a selection. So even on this one right here, so if I select just that corner right there, we go to circle, enough dragging right here, there we have it. Okay, so that's pretty much it with edit mode regarding manipulating it points or stroke. Okay, and finally here we have curve editing. So with curve editing, any selection that you have, so you got to select it, pre-select it first. So let's say we got some few points right here. Okay, if I zoom in, curve editing is on. You can select those, and then with a combination of the move tool, so if I press G right here, then you got your Bezier handles. Basically you can grab that point right there, and you can still make adjustments, fine-tune it. All right, and you can click your selection right there, press G, you can move the whole thing. So basically you get Bezier handle. All right, the most use of edit is when we're animating and we want sections adjusted and repositioned, okay? But you can also go in edit mode, do, let's say, stroke selection. We selected this, turn off curve editing, okay? We can press G and move and position. We can do Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste, okay? Or Command C, Command V when you're on a Mac, okay? And we can have, oops, sorry. There we go. And duplicate it, Shift D. Okay, you can copy and then paste, then move. All right, so your typical editing choices with vector. Okay, another thing we can do is let's say we go back to draw mode here, and we're gonna draw an outline that is not close. And as you can imagine here from our previous lesson, if I want to fill color this, you will get the error message that it's not unable to fill unclosed areas. In order to close that without drawing, let's say you don't want it all filled like so, you can go to edit mode, okay? And you can go to stroke right here. So if you select this particular stroke, you can click close. Let's zoom in on that one. And close. It will close it without actually drawing the outline. Then going back to draw mode, fill. There you have it. Okay. So going back to edit mode, we have other stuff that you can do here with stroke. You can subdivide it, increase the count of the points some more. You can simplify it, okay, and all sorts of stuff. So that's basically what it is. But we use this more for our animation. But it's like a quick rundown of the tools and what you can do with Grease Pencil. Okay, edit. Of course, not only can you copy just certain parts. So let's say we went with points and we just selected that area. Of course, if you just duplicate that, that's all you're going to get right there. Shift D, rotate. Okay, so you can think of this if you are doing a run cycle, walk cycle. You can copy the parts that you don't need to redraw and paste them to the next frame. So that's basically what we need, what we use edit mode for. Okay, majority in Grease Pencil.